Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. I promised you guys a walkthrough of my 10 on 10 project, and just a reminder, this is a little project to document the 10th of every month and try to take 10 photos. 10 photos is the goal for each month, but some months I get a little bit more and that's totally okay with me. But I found this a super manageable project and a super manageable way to document everyday life. Okay, adjusted the camera a little bit. So this is a 4x6 little chipboard album that I made with some chipboard I had laying around, and the kits that I use every month are the monthly kits from Ashley Horton's shop, the CutShoppe, and they are Document 365 kits. I have found these kits to be incredibly versatile, not just for mini projects, but also scrapbooking and my journal and even my planner. I love them, and there's so many uses for them. All right, let's dive in. So January is obviously the start, right? I think I'm gonna put a vellum piece to cover like the 6 months, and that way it says January through June. Because I don't think I'm gonna try to stuff the whole year into one. I think 2 chunky albums will be a good idea. So open with January, and I like to make sure that I start on the right hand side and that I put something that tells you what the month is. Okay, and then this little piece is not staying very well, so I will have to re-glue that. But this is a picture of a rainstorm, and in the kit was a journaling card with thoughts for 2023, jotted down things that I'm hoping that will happen this year. And I'm definitely now curious to like read this over and see which ones have really come to fruition or we are working on. So I'll definitely be looking at that later. When we went back to school, because this was actually, the 10th was actually the day that my kids went back to school. So when we did, there was a huge, massive tree that had fallen right by the kids' school. So I documented that. And I also decided to take all the awesome digital stamps and make a vellum sheet for each month. And it has been the most fun thing to do. So I just repeat the stamps and then print it out on vellum. I got a selfie of myself, which I felt like was kind of important for the first month. And I included some social media type of things, Instagram, and then the project that I was working on. And then I was able to change this. I think it said January and then 01, and I just flipped it in Photoshop Elements. Tuesdays, we also go to the library, so I definitely got a picture of our book stack. And then I just talked about the evening and wrapped it up with some 2x2 photos. If you watch the January process video, this was actually in a page protector, but I decided it would be better off in just a piece of paper. And then on the back is the rest of the journaling, a little card, and then the laundry. And I actually think the photo is supposed to be 180 degrees, like with my feet down here. Oh well. So February, I used some die cuts and a pattern paper. That's another thing that I really like doing for my opening pages, is using this pattern paper. I had gotten my hair done, so I knew I wanted to include a selfie, especially with this awesome die cut. And there was a digital stamp that said, "Take note." So I just copied that 3 times and then printed it out and was able to jot down 3 little notes. Next up is some afternoon backyard time, and I used a flip, and I was able to include this fun journaling card and my daughter being silly. Also saw a heart in the sky. I mean, I guess it could also be like a weird shaped tomato with a long stem, but I thought it looked like a heart, so I had to include that. Then I talked about my son and how amazing he is at the volunteer program through our Parks and Rec, and this was actually his first time volunteering, I think, since the summer. So it was kids' night out, and he got to help out. And so some photos from our date night. Definitely got in a trip to Target, and I got a selfie at dinner. And this is the vellum insert. And I printed out a clear sticker, love, for the food. I always like to end on the left-hand side, so I just shrunk down these photos. I think they started at 3x2, but I just shrunk them till I felt like there was enough room in here, and then just added a few die cuts, called it done. Starting on March, this one, I printed these stickers on matte paper. Well, I printed a whole sheet on matte paper and then I cut it on my Cameo. Added in some Ali Edwards stamping to kind of pair with this die cut of the flower. And then was a really funny story in March. My son has this soccer like defender statue and he always puts it under our porch. And some days when I'm really tired, it totally scares me. And so I just had to include that little story of Fred. So then my son has named it Fred. This was kind of just a filler page since I wanted the next page to be a 2-page with journaling. So I just added a pattern paper, a wood veneer, and a big die cut. And so this is what I wanted for the 2-page spread, talking about breakfast and having my son sign some papers. And that way I could do a coordinating color scheme with the blues and greens from the kit. Documenting the afternoon and a walk with some die cuts at the bottom, and then a flip up for my daughter, talking about going to read to a dog, and then just some other things that happened in the afternoon. The evening we went to my daughter's belt promotion, so I just decided to pull the greens from the kit. I know her belt was red, but she was being promoted to a green belt, so I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna pull the greens. And I had a new Kerri Bradford stamp set, so I used that. And here's the vellum insert, and a nice big picture of my daughter. And I also was able to use an acrylic piece that says Photo Love, and I put a piece of paper behind it. I did not get a photo of my husband and I with our kiddo, but I did get one with Oma and Opa, so I included that one. Then we move on to April, and I use this beautiful hexagon, I think it's a hexagon pattern paper, and then a journaling card. I believe this is from the journaling card, and then I just fussy cut it out. Opening up with a quote. I love putting quotes every day on my Instagram, and I really resonated with this one and wanted to include it. I also included 2 photos of like what I was working on and my YouTube. I then had a selfie from a workout, and I just went with the blues and cut out some pattern paper and butterflies. My husband and father-in-law worked on a fence all day, and it's kind of an ugly photo, so I decided to just do a flip out and talk about it. And I used a Studio Calico stamp set to make the house and the sun. Some more karate, and I added in all these fun little bouquets and this label. I believe this was a digital stamp, and then I just recolored it and cut it out on my Cameo. Same thing with the Monday. And here is the vellum sheet. You flip it, and I am talking about the evening and kind of helping my daughter get ready for bed. So I had another really silly photo of my husband and son. I have no idea what was going on, but I came out of my daughter's room and they were like comparing foot sizes. I'm like, what are you guys doing? But they let me take a photo, and so now it's documented in one of our family albums forever, right? So I just wanted to not have that photo be like front and center, so I put it underneath and used a journaling card. I got a great photo at the end of the night watching Ted Lasso, so I just decorated the edges just like my workout photo. And finished up with an adorable photo of my sweet cat at the end of the night. So this is May, and I used the rainbow paper and then just added a tan strip at the bottom. This was the first month where I kind of did a lot of photos and decided to do a collage with pick frame, and I have been meaning to do a tutorial for you guys for the pick frame app, and I'm so sorry I haven't gotten to it yet. It's just summer has been unbelievably busy. But I made a 4x6 collage and made sure I had a nice big border and used some Kerri Bradford stamps. And then I also used a journaling card right there. Another collage, because I went on a really fun walk. I wanted to document this blooming desert plant. I think it's called Crown of Jewels, but it was so gorgeous. There were so many things that were so pretty on my walk. So I'm glad I took that walk. Then I just made a little collage of school pickup and put a die cut in the middle. And here is the May one. I went a little crazy with all the different vellum or digital stamps. I love making these pages. And then I just made a list of everything that we did in the afternoon because I didn't get pictures of everything. I kind of forgot, but I did get a picture of some happy mail with these bookmarks. I got my daughter one and me one. Finishing up the month with dessert and a family show. And now summer vibes, June. You guys just saw that process video, so I will walk through it really quick. But I found this number in my Allie Edwards stash, and it matched perfect. So I used it up. Grandma and Papa came to visit, and we went out to breakfast. And then we had the afternoon at the pool. And then I just have a flip up for some more journaling. And then there's all the kids. And then my husband and I had a walk. And there's the vellum. And I just used this as a filler. Again, just a very simple filler because I wanted to end on the left-hand side. Did a collage of photos. Not using the app this time, just shrinking it down and then making a list and finishing up with some striped paper. And that's it, you guys. A cute little chunky book. I still haven't decided if I'm going to do the cover with different striped papers or pattern papers from the kits. Haven't decided, but I now have a cute little book and hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this little album. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel. All right, have a great day. Bye.